Is everybody unmuted now? Are we?
No one goes until I say, for my name is Simon today.
What is this? Super hot but brunch?
Super hot brunch. Something didn't quite sit right about
The
that.
brunch only moves when you move.
Riley, I need you to strike the record for me.
Why am I the one who's striking records? Also, is Aiden very quiet for anyone else?
It's probably because I'm talking pretty quiet. Hold on.
He's kind of quiet. Then again, everything in Riverside is always quiet.
I've put everyone right next to me now. Are we better?
Yes, I can hear you much better now.
Let me tell you a little story, all you lovely listeners. The story about the Brunch of Idiots. Welcome to the Brunch of Idiots podcast. And it's usually much higher energy than this. I'm mounting my energy up. Which is really funny because I was very excited to do this. It doesn't sound very convincing, but I was telling Riley, it's like, man, I'm so ready for this.
He really did. He was like, oh my goodness, this is gonna be such a cool episode. We're gonna have so much fun. And then he came home and he sounds like Dadgum freaking Eeyore.
Get ready for the super coolness. Jay, do a kick flip.
Like that.
That was Jay doing a kick flip.
That was some good vocal fry on that, actually.
That was the most epic kick flip y'all will ever hear. You don't get to see it because it's a podcast.
Welcome to the jungle.
Well, I mean, technically, they would have been able to see it on YouTube, except we don't actually have cameras. We just have still images.
I'm so glad we don't because my hair is awful. I mean, what hair? I just have a helmet and a visor. I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
Anyway, enough stalling. Welcome to the Brunch of Idiots podcast. I'm your host for today, Aiden, and you may be asking, whoa, brunch? But it's not brunch for me. Shut up, it's brunch for you.
So aggressive.
Shut up, we're having brunch.
We're having
jabs
brunch
his finger through the screen.
with our friends right here. Our friends are RJ, Riley, and Jay.
Yeah. Wait, that's RJ's thing. Shit.
That you confused that. Do it again. RJ, Jay,
Blub blub.
and Riley.
Hi.
Okay, so Brunch of Idiots podcast, we just rotate between all of us as far as who hosts. The topics can vary. I have a series that I haven't been able to actually continue yet. So, what we're doing instead is we're going to play a little game because I'm usually the game guy here.
Game.
Yeah.
Game.
Sometimes Riley does some games, sometimes Jay does some games, but I'm generally the game guy. So, today we're going to play Make It or Break It. And I'm going to need the three of you to come up with a city name.
A city
Bartopolis.
You have to agree on it.
Townburg.
Townburg?
Yes.
I was gonna go with Brunchopolis, but...
Wait a second, that's actually better. Okay, so hold on. We have Fartopolis, Townburg, and Brunchopolis. I like it.
Okay.
Fartopolis. Happy brunch to Fartopolis. Happy brunch to Townsburg. And happy brunch to Brunchburg. Also, before I fully forget, because we do actually wish a town happy brunch, Ding Dong, Texas.
Happy brunch, ding dong.
Happy ding dong.
Happy ding dong brunch.
I have a coworker that said to me, is like, I have an uncle that says that he's born in Ding Dong, Texas. You should wish Ding Dong, Texas a happy brunch. And I thought, wonderful idea. Anyway, this is how it's going to work. You have 3 towns. RJ, you have Fartopolis, right?
Yeah.
Riley has Townsburg. And Jay has Brunchburg. This is very important. Brunchopolis. Thank you. Brunchopolis. This is very important stuff. I'm writing it down. So, everyone gets to start out with a scale of 5. Yay! 5 points for everyone.
Yay! 5.
Your goal is to have the most points.
Okay.
How do you get points, Aiden? I will tell you how to get points. You get points by adding, we'll go round robin style, you add a superpower for you to have. And here's the catch. Everyone in your town gets that power as well. You can also give yourself a debuff if people get a debuff. And then we will all discuss how that might affect a real location. And if it's a good thing, you get a point. You make it. If it's a bad thing, you lose a point and you break it. Sounds good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fabulous. We will start with Fartopolis, the wonderfully rich in smell town that RJ is in. RJ, what power have you brought to the table?
The longer you hold your breath, the less smelly things smell.
Interesting.
Isn't that
It's essential for the people of Fartopolis.
Does that affect your own stench, or does that just affect the stench around you?
It's an aura.
So the longer you hold your breath, the less smelly it is around you. What's the range?
Depends on how long you hold your breath.
That's not a range.
No, it is.
It's variable.
The range goes out the longer you hold your breath. So it starts with a 6-inch, radius around your body, and then it moves out the longer you hold your breath.
What happens when you stop holding your breath?
It collapses in reverse. So it's like a decayable.
Oh,
thing.
so it decays at the same rate.
Well, it's slightly slower. It's like a 0.5 rate.
Oh, okay, that's actually pretty decent.
That would be awesome for crime scene cleaners and mortuary assistants or mortuary workers.
Yeah, that's
or
actually a
CSI
pretty
people.
dope
People who
power.
work in dumps or
Yeah.
Sewage.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, so if everyone had that ability, suddenly I feel like the area is definitely a lot less stinky overall, just consistently.
Well, yeah, you would have more people who would want to, or who would be okay with working sanitation jobs or sanitation adjacent jobs.
Absolutely. Let's talk about risk factor. So what would be the risk for the people of Fartopolis for holding their breath to reduce stench?
Well, obviously, if they hold their breath too long, they pass out and or die.
Yep.
How many people die from holding their breath?
Well, there were the stress testers in the beginning. Not as many now, but
how many people die?
Depending on how many generations of people have this power, their physiology would adapt around this being a part of society. So their lungs would be bigger, and their need for oxygen in their blood would grow less. Not
so they
entirely,
become more
but...
green.
Yeah.
Mm.
Appropriate for the people of Fartopolis.
Also, there's no official global statistic So it's so minute that
Did
no
you
one
Google
counts
how many
it.
people die from holding their breath?
Yes, I
Yes.
did.
Oh, word.
Yeah. So what that means is that RJ, you picked the perfect power to start us off. You made it. So Fartopolis gets 6 points
Holy
Very nice.
total. They grew from their 5, from
Okay.
5 to
So
6.
you got a point.
Yeah. You got a point. Good job. Actually, you know what? I might do 2 points just because there's no debuff. There's like no. It's all good. All around, it's just a very good thing. Good job, RJ.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Townsburg with Riley. What's your power when you bring it to the table?
The people of Townsburg have the ability to grow edible plants wherever they want.
Grow edible plants.
There
wherever
is a
they
caveat.
want. Okay.
It is only local edible plants. Wherever their locality is, they can only grow the local plant that is edible. So, like, they can't grow pineapples if they're not in a place where pineapples naturally grow.
Got it. So here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
So where's Townsburg located?
Townsburg in my head is like in Arkansas or thereabouts.
All right. How many native
Hundreds.
edible?
There are so many edible plants out there, like thousands, that we do not eat because we are not educated that they are edible.
Okay.
And the U.S. government, well, don't get me started.
Okay. This sounds like there's going to be some implications in the town process. How many recognized edible foods or edible plants grow?
Well, that would be the thing, right? You know how kind of like in RJ's town, there would be more sanitation workers, there would be more people willing to do the gross jobs. In
Yeah.
Townsburg, people are more educated to recognize the kinds of plants that are edible around them so that they can grow them whenever they need them.
Okay.
It would kind of be a skill passed down from generation to generation. But, like, I mean, it's magical growth, like poison ivy style.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Town discussion. Everyone hop in on this. So
Okay.
we have our benefits. Any questions?
How, in a society that can produce so much food so easily, how do you avoid obesity?
Well, most of it is going to be plant matter. And, yeah,
Export.
sure, okay. Cows grow fat on grass. I get that. But, like, you can walk down the street and get a Big Mac, my guy. It's not that
That's a good
different.
point. It's a real good point that Riley made there.
Would that increase the economy of like fast food restaurants because people would be so sick of eating plants all the time? Because they
It
just
would
have it
either
accessible?
do that, or it would start crashing grocery store chains.
Mm.
Or, well, probably it would crash the ones that are nearby. If Townsburg exported their stuff, it would probably...
Unfortunately, most local foodstuffs, like herbs or, things like fiddlehead ferns, for instance.
crash farmers in other towns.
They don't keep well. They don't transport well. They tend to be very fragile, or they'll wilt easily. So they're things that you have to eat quickly, like as soon as you harvest them. It really is a subsistence farming thing.
Still, that's not bad. Here's a question on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But first, nope. Yeah. Okay. Anyone else have a question while I'm looking this up?
No.
And it wouldn't really kill grocery store chains, mind you, because if you think about it, most grocery stores don't actually carry local foods. At least in the US. Basically, what this means is leafy greens for the most part, and unique forms of plant protein would be more readily available, and so people would not go hungry near as often.
So I looked up a couple things.
Mm-hmm.
Because you said plant-based, and because my mind is like, what's the worst case scenario? It is like hard plant drugs. So I was like, all right, what grows in around Arkansas? Essentially antibiotics, immune boosting drugs, some that help with female things, some that are used in cancer treatment.
Yep.
The only one that's potentially bad, is opium poppy. But
Imagine.
it's a source for morphine.
Yeah, exactly.
So...
And I'm talking about, like, chicken of the forest mushrooms or whatever they're called. Like oyster mushrooms or things that are, made for eating. Like, you can turn them into other things, but...
I understand, but some people will try to bend things.
You're right. Not everybody is good.
So, Townsburg also surprisingly really good. I'm actually quite shocked at this streak that y'all have. That's another total of 7.
Yay!
I'm gonna score that. All right. Brunchopolis. Jay, you're up.
The people of Brunchopolis are extremely resistant to changes in pressure.
Interesting.
So, for example, they can build higher high-rises and not feel the effects of being so high in the air as much. Or, in the inverse, they can dig deeper into the ground and live further underground for longer and not feel the effects of being so far underground or underwater for any like scuba or whatever stuff like that.
That is
I was just about to say they would make excellent marine biologists.
Mm-hmm.
That is spectacular. Does anyone have any town discussion questions immediately?
Does this affect changes in atmosphere? Like their perception of the oxygen in the air?
I would say no. Like, they just don't feel the effects of, like, I'm... Like,
I feel like I'm being crushed by pressure
by weight, or there's too
my
little
blood
air.
Can't flow properly.
Yeah, they don't feel that as much because they're just resistant to that change.
So the idea is if they had an oxygen tank for the oxygen part, they'd be good.
Yeah, like, so you know how like some scuba divers they have to use like helium in their oxygen tanks, and so they sound like if they're doing like they don't have to deal with that sort of thing as much because the they would need less oxygen.
Yeah, it would be perfect marine biologist. Goodness.
Or like deep sea welders.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Good
economic
mine workers.
Powerhouse right there. Dang.
So where is
where's Branchopolis
located?
You know, I hadn't thought that far ahead. I'm
pretty sure Riley didn't think that far either when I asked her.
No, I imagined a wooded place. It was between like the wooded area of Arkansas or Oregon.
I bet you imagined chubby frogs as well, Riley.
I would think it would be more of a coastal.
Yeah.
I see Branchopolis being pretty coastal.
But like coastal in the sense like how I think Chile is like coastal but has like a mountain range like right behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that sort of area where you have a lot of ocean out one direction and some real high elevation the other, like not too far from where home is.
The only sort of drawback that I potentially see are people going like, oh yeah, I don't need that safety gear, I'm fine, and then they suffer their own consequences. But that sort of thing happens so few and far in between, just even on a normal everyday occurrence.
It's one of those things
like the holding breath. It's negligible.
Yeah, it's one of those things where people are like, yeah, you don't need as much safety gear until this point. Like, they would know via, like, trial and error or, like, just learning. Like, eventually there wouldn't be any more issues with that because people would be like, hey.
Dang, they'd be good astronauts, too. Holy moly.
Yeah.
Any other questions, y'all?
Fighter pilots. Or...
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff they'd be good at.
A lot of pressure. A lot of pressure all around.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I wonder what that would mean in the case of G-forces, because that's another form of pressure too, right?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Exactly with the fighter pilots. They wouldn't need the boots that force blood into their bodies.
There would be recruiters crawling all over.
They're like, screw science and building things. We want you to fight.
Isn't that a
please hop in our jets?
They did the YMCA.
Oh shoot! Yeah, what are they called? I forgot. I know exactly who you're talking about.
They do a song about the Navy that's trending on social media right now.
YMCA song.
Village People.
Village People.
Yeah.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
No sponsor.
Unless.
Village People, do you want to sponsor a podcast?
Village People, reach out.
Which village?
Yes.
Yes.
Hopefully Fartopolis.
Well, so far it's anyone's game because that's another 7 right there.
Heck yeah.
All right. We're going to circle back around. RJ. What's another power? What you got?
I hadn't thought this far ahead.
Oh, snap.
I have
No, Riley. We got to wait for the RJ. That's why it's a round robin.
Ooh.
Okay.
Everyone remember that word, listeners. Round robin.
Red robin.
Reverse empathy. So people can essentially establish empathetic connections with people where they can literally share their feelings.
Oh, so like
I give you my feelings.
Force your feelings onto someone else.
No, not force. Like I said, it has to be a connection. Like it's like a handshake.
But like psychic handshake.
Yeah. So like instead of using words, you could literally like psychic link with someone and literally share so they can feel how you are feeling.
Like limited telepathy or something like that.
For those listeners that may not understand, go watch Guardians of the Galaxy 2. There's a scene where Mantis, a character on there, touches the shoulder of Drax and just immediately starts bawling because he's actually really sad, but he doesn't show that he is. I'm thinking of this in the inverse.
Well, okay, this is also something that happens in Star Trek.
Ah, you're right. It does.
What it's a race of people who can do it.
What?
Yeah.
It's a alien race that can do.
They can do what you're describing.
Almost exactly what you're describing.
It's actually pretty cool. I remember Spock had an argument with this lady.
Yeah, she's
all the
her
time.
name is Diana, I think. It's not Spock. I'm thinking thinking Next Generation. Her name is Diana, and I don't remember. I think her name is Diana, and her race is. They just call them empaths, but like she can share emotions and feel emotions, and that's just how her race works.
Half human, half Betazoid.
Betazoid. That's what it is.
Yeah. No, and it's really cool. It actually.
She works as the ship's counselor because she's good at emotions.
So yeah, between those, I think the listeners will also be able to understand. That'd be interesting. How would therapy work?
I feel like it would be more effective, right? You're able to portray feelings a lot better. But
however,
would they be able to understand what they're feeling? That's the
maybe. See, the only drawback I see is when clients get a little bit too close to their therapists and like start having delusions about them. But then I guess if emotions are being shared or like that, at least
the therapist
would be able to know and go, okay, friend, I recommend a different therapist.
We're ending session here. Have a good day. So here's another thing, right? You can technically die from heartbreak. If you put enough stress on your heart, it snaps tendon strings inside of it that kind of help hold it together. And then it can collapse.
Wait, that's real? I thought that was just a Tumblr shit post.
No, that was real. Stress stuff.
Well, that's fair.
So something that may not be great that comes from it, once again, few and far between. Master assassin, super stressed all the time. They can take it. They force all of their stress onto their target, who can't take it, and then their heart gives out.
Okay, but broken heart syndrome only kills, according to the Cleveland Clinic, 0 to 8 out of 100 people. So less than 8% of people who have broken heart syndrome would die from it.
Yeah, and that assassin would have to make sure that they didn't die from it themselves.
A mental assassin?
Yeah.
Wait, so I'm just thinking of like basically a psychopath.
Pretty much.
Who is detached from their own emotions, but is able to portray them onto someone else to give them heartbreak.
Yes.
Man, could you imagine psychopaths with that ability?
Oh no.
I feel like they'd start a cult.
I mean, they already do.
They already do.
So it's not much different.
It'd be a feelings cult.
The cult of feelings?
The
what
cult of
Ben
feelings.
Shapiro?
No, that's Ben Shapiro's enemy. Remember, facts don't care about your feelings, is what Ben Shapiro said.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. They're like, they would make a cult about feelings. Okay, Ben Shapiro.
I'm being silly here. Excuse
I know, I'm joking.
You. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. If only I could project my feelings. You know what? Against all odds, RJ, you get another 2 points.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Townsburg, Riley.
Okay. So, I had it. Oh, you can change your appearance at will. Anybody in Townsburg can change their appearance at will. Pretty drastically, too. But they always have one defining factor that makes them recognizable.
Is that defining factor consistent amongst everyone, or is it like a Where's Waldo?
Yes.
You have to... So it's a Where's Waldo?
They can't change their eyes.
And everyone can't change their eyes.
Right.
Okay, I was going to say...
you can't change your fingerprints. It's like important defining factors like that. You can change your appearance, but you can't change identifiable marks.
Interesting.
I still feel like this, even regardless of, like, you can't change your fingerprints or, like, birthmarks and whatnot, it'd still lead to a lot of crime where if you cover up and are able to disguise your fingerprints is like, I'm Jethro, but actually it's Steven from accounting. Like
that's the whole thing, right? People are still able to recognize one another, especially if they have the same power.
Okay.
It'd have to be something a little more discernible than fingerprints, though. So I'd dare say the eye color.
That would be like eye color or nose shape. Well, maybe
if
not
it's
nose
something
shape,
that
but like...
everyone recognizes. So someone points out, it's like, that's not Steve or Jethro or whatever it was.
Yeah.
That's Billy Bob. I recognize their eyes. Because they wouldn't be able to say, I recognize their fingerprints if they're covered up.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, on security footage or something, like, you break in at night, it's still... Even stuff that is identifiable, it would be relatively easy to cover and change.
Your DNA doesn't change.
That's true. And you can...
Your fingerprints don't change.
Right.
But... that just means that there's still it's the same amount of justice, or at least the justice goes up. But I could imagine a bunch of people not being smart.
That's fair.
Yeah, people aren't going to be smart, but also think about how many people like can feel more comfortable with who they are as people every day.
Yeah,
no,
that's
true.
Great.
How drastic are we talking?
I mean, like, you could change your height, you could change your weight.
Could I turn into Bigfoot, essentially?
No. You still are a person. You're still human. You're just a different looking human.
What would happen to the mass that I hold?
I don't know.
Would I just become a denser person?
Yeah, you would just be denser.
I'm thinner, but I'm denser because my tummy is actually out there.
The idea would be you're just a little bit more plasticine.
Huh. You know what, though? So I'm definitely, like, the easy thing to say is crime. The harder things to say out of that, like you were saying with confidence, honestly, like, the whole idea of beauty pageants or not eccentrifying, objectifying beauty, that would go in the gutter immediately in this town.
Yeah, because you could look however you want.
Yeah, exactly. And they could get any acting job if their acting was good enough. It would be rather impressive.
Predatory cosmetic surgeons would go out of business.
They would, which is great. Predatory dietitians, the sham diet things.
Yep.
That would also be phased out for that sort of town. Really, any sort of objectifiable predatory practices would be much harder to uphold as a kind of standard at all.
Yeah. Now, I mean, other things would pop up. Like, I don't know, Vogue is still a thing.
Here's another bad thing, then. Can you change how old you look?
No.
Okay. Because I was about to think, suddenly Chris Hansen's getting more calls, which would be really bad.
No, it has to still be, like, realistically... Like, again, you have to be identifiable still.
Yeah. So, my ruling, all in all, I think it gets you a point. There are a lot of good things from it. There are potentially bad things stupid people can do, but you don't break it.
Fantastic.
Still, good job.
Thank you.
That was a tough one. I respect it.
Thank you. I will take my point with dignity.
Huzzah. I would take my point and leave.
Goodbye. I'm not leaving. It's too much of a hassle to get back in.
All right. Brunchopolis.
Okay. What I'm thinking, teleportation of objects and or people to designated areas within a half mile.
Oh, labeled teleportation.
Yep. And so you can designate this area is a people-only teleportation, so stuff for like shopping centers and stuff like that. You can hop from area to area. Or item-based for stuff like cars or produce or like even stuff like mining. That way you can set up an entirely underground mining operation. And
yeah, you wouldn't have to break the surface.
You wouldn't have to break the surface, leaving the environment in a much better state, at least above ground.
Yeah. You'd only... And also providing a little more stability for some places, ground-wise. Yeah. No, that's pretty good. And there's no way that they can mix up the system where, like, a person accidentally gets teleported with the cars and somehow gets squashed in the car storage.
That's why it would be it's designated.
Nice.
It's items and people separately.
Very nice. I'd imagine it's like it'd have to be some sort of genetic encodement for items, so you can't go like, I want my neighbor George's lawnmower.
Right. You just it's a genetically modified power, as the government has realized. This could go horribly, horribly wrong if we do not keep this in check.
So, I have
Interesting.
a question.
That does raise a question. Go ahead, Riley.
Is this the kind of teleportation where it encodes your DNA and essentially clones you exactly as you are on one side and disintegrates your old body on the first side? Or does it somehow convert your entire being to energy and beam that energy to the other side, where it then decodes that energy back into matter?
It would be more similar to the latter rather than the former, where it clones your entire genetic code. It would be turning you into energy via the wormhole or whatever, some sci-fi.
They tapped into a black hole finally.
Something. I was looking into. Okay, I was considering making this a wormhole based power, right? Where you just open like a gate basically, and it takes you through. But like, wormholes and Earth's atmosphere do not mix, so it's not a wormhole thing. It's wormhole-esque.
I'm seeing it more like I guess more technologically leashed version of Jack-Jack's teleport thing from the Incredibles.
Pretty much.
Like they somehow tapped into another dimension to allow faster travel through that. And they've technologically bound it to sort between people or items.
Pretty much.
Any other questions?
None here.
All right. So how designated are we talking? Is it like...
It's the sort of thing where when you get like a job, before you, like, if you work at like a mining facility, for example, and you're gonna be the guy that transports the dirt above ground, like, you're that dude. You then have to go get your DNA like recoded to allow you to do that.
Got it. Okay. Who controls the coding? Would that just be the government of Branchopolis?
It would be the government primarily, yes.
Okay. So internally, I don't see too much wrong going on there. Externally is where we get a little hairy.
Yeah. It's when you're like, Jimmy John has the ability to teleport the giant dump trucks, and he goes to America, and he just drops a dump truck on the White House.
Yeah, exactly. Or someone really doesn't like Branchopolis and decides to hack their system, and suddenly dump trucks are just jumping on top of people.
Well, again, it's one of those things
crushing people in mines.
They would have to be told that they are, like, by the person that hacked them. Like, it's not going to randomly be, like, stuff flying into buildings. It's people being like, oh, I have the ability to teleport this into a building now. That's when it would go crazy, and people wouldn't assume that until they're told. At least I would think.
Okay, so then the other way, instead of just randomly offing people in that manner, is that it just hacks the system so that it can say, hey, people of Branchopolis, go nuts.
Yeah, and so...
And then they'd have to go nuts in order for stuff to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's going to get 1 point. People can go nuts. Now, here's the final round. This is double points, everyone. Huh. And we're also going to go in reverse. And this time, you need to be brave. Pick a debuff that somehow makes your town better. Starting with Jay. You can think about it. We'll edit any dead space out. Add a conga line or something. I'll put on like a 30-second timer. Let everyone really think about it.
You know, if it was silent, it would just cut itself out automatically.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
Now I have to go and manually trim all this.
RJ's like, You're making me have to do more work.
Here's a debuff for you.
Oh no. We listen to the round robin.
So I'm sorry. Let me see while we're waiting if I can understand this correctly. We're trying to find a debuff to people that makes the town better. Not like a superpower, but like a super drawback that also makes the town better.
Yes. Why it's worth double points. If you nail it, you really nail it.
Is there like a threshold for like how much of a drawback this necessitates?
Well, obviously the drawback is along the lines of don't cripple your people.
I don't know how that would make town better.
Exactly.
I got one.
So Riley has one. I'm gonna be quiet a little bit longer just to let Jay think about it.
I'm trying to figure out a way that what I'm thinking would actually be seen as a debuff.
Just gotta sell it. And I mean, if it's like an in general debuff, but everyone here is like, oh, that's actually not bad, I don't see that being a problem.
Don't see that being a problem.
Yeah.
The entire race, or like people group in Brunchopolis, are silicon-based life forms.
Interesting. Okay.
Like vampires from Twilight? Is that what's going on here? What does silicon-based mean?
Or like, I'm pretty sure there was a creature like that in one of the old Star Trek.
Yup.
Yes.
That's exactly.
It's like a little blob.
Yup.
Yeah, so silicon replaces carbon as the primary building block of their molecules. So what you've essentially done is you've made Jell-O people, which definitely has its drawbacks. But tell me how that would be a good thing.
That means you would need potentially you would need less housing space because you'd be like Jell-O blobs rather than like upright average of what 5'10". You'd have lower buildings, which means you could fit more people in one area.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
No, I see it. This also works really well with your previous abilities of the pressure issue.
Yeah.
Because and I will get to the weakness that I do see in this, but because it would be much harder for them to die if they fell from a height in comparison to the carbon-based life forms that we are.
Yeah.
And also it would be much easier for them to squeeze into smaller places and not get crushed. Here's the one issue that starts to become a bit of a drawback, especially since you have the beautiful coastal town of Brunchopolis. These are brave, brave people. The silicon breaks down in water. So they need really good suits. You would need
really good suits. However, they would be able to maintain better shape at depth.
It's true.
Which means you could have much more contained suits the lower down you are in the ocean.
I mean, if that's all they really have to worry about, aside from, not getting discriminated against. Especially if they're teleporting blob terrorists. I'm gonna give that a 3 points. How's that?
Heck yeah.
Nice. All right. Townsburg.
All right. If you are born in Townsburg, you are incapable of being able to be around or use anything that is non-essentially electrical powered, meaning like, let's say it's not, okay. Townsburg's electricity doesn't work after 10 p.m. Period. And it's because of the people who live there. Except for, like, hospitals and refrigerators. Essential items will continue working, but any electrical item that is non-essential will no longer work past 10 p.m.
And how do the other items work?
What do you mean?
Is it a workaround from the people's power?
Yeah, so it's just the power cannot kill people. So like if people are relying on ICU, their power would not, their curse essentially, it's not really a power so much as it is a curse, will not kill them by causing their medical implements to cease to function.
I'd imagine that there'd have to have been some workaround when this curse first happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and people have come up with ways to keep essential functions working via analog means.
Yeah. So it's not
But things that are life-saving or that people depend on for safety do not turn off, but everything else turns off.
Okay. That is an interesting one.
And here's how that's positive. You could more than likely see the stars. There would be less light pollution. There would be less noise pollution. And people would have better quality of sleep.
Okay.
Downside.
Any questions?
AC.
The AC
again,
would die.
People have lived without
AC.
AC for thousands of years.
You are absolutely correct.
It sucks. It's not fun.
But it's not gonna be Jay.
You.
It's not gonna be me, because we're living in a different town.
I
don't have to live there, do I?
I mean, do you want
guess
to?
I'm the only one who wants to. I just want better sleep, bro, without electrical hum.
No electrical
Sometimes
hums.
it makes my teeth feel bad.
No, I do see a benefit to that for a large group of people.
I can't hear you. Hold on. What did you just say?
I see a benefit to that to a larger group of people. It's not me just to straight up trash, because that's a decent one. And then if you're in like the smack dab of Arkansas, there's nothing really too dangerous going on.
Isn't Arkansas in like Tornado Alley? I guess tornado sirens would be considered essential.
Tornado sirens are essential, but also
They
the
would have
sounds that they
probably
make are
worked that
analog.
around.
They're made via analog.
Oh, would it be
means.
based off of like wind speed and such?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
But I mean, in real life, the only electrical component on those is what spins the head around.
Yeah.
The sound itself is not made with electricity.
Yeah.
I know the sound isn't made with electricity. I was just saying you still need electricity to spin the piece that makes the sound.
Or you just have people monitoring the weather and cranking.
You have a guy with a crank.
Yeah, pretty much. And you know what? That's okay. Because that's how people live at all sorts of other places.
And because you put the caveat there, 911 technically would still be able to operate.
Yes.
The law enforcement would still have all the equipment that they need to do their job safely.
How would you just turn your phone back on in case of emergency? Is that...
I'd imagine that if it was a society like that, they would probably, if they've worked around this curse, they would have like an emergency line.
Or a different kind of alert system for medical or safety emergencies.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work out for like a really big town, but it'd be all right for a small town.
I mean, you could figure out how to make it work with a big town, but it would not be. It wouldn't be pleasant at first.
No, by no means. Any other questions, y'all?
I'm just like, nah.
All right. I think that was very brave. I think you were very succinct. I will give you also 3 points.
I got 3 points. Yay!
Before we move on to RJ's, I do want to point out something I realized midway through doing Riley's about mine. Rain would absolutely suck.
Oh, like, I know we were suck. I'm gonna have to make yours too. I'm sorry, Mike.
No, you're good. I had to put that one out there.
Hey, I'm honoring the integrity. I respect you. But yeah, rain would suck hard. Oh, man. Everyone would have to stay inside.
Well, that's what the teleporting's for.
All right. Oh, yeah.
We already have a built-in workaround.
RJ. What's yours, bud?
So, shock collars?
Oh, no.
Yes. Okay.
As a side effect of the empathy thing, people are incapable of producing loud sounds, like screaming, yelling, excess noise, because it essentially reverberates back and overloads their empathy.
And they shock collar? Who gets shocked? The giver or the... So the screamer gets shocked.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I see good things, I see bad things. But first, questions?
I'm sorry, I just now... My Riverside wasn't working, and then it was... What was RJ's power?
So
noise dog collar for people.
Shock collar, yeah. So essentially, if you're receiving the empathy, you cannot make loud noise. You make loud noise, you get shocked.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah, so I see good things, I see bad things. Any questions? No, Riley, it sounded like you had a concern.
I'm trying to word the concern. Is there like... So, the empathy sharing has to be consensual, right?
Yeah, this is the exception.
So if somebody non-consensually tries to share, the person who receives gets shocked if they are loud?
No, it's specifically regarding like loud noises.
Yeah, so the power still works the same. It has to be a consensual link to actually do the empathy thing. You can't non-consensually just dump empathy onto people.
Okay. That's what I was wondering. I didn't know if this was...
No empathy torture chamber.
So I'm over here like, dang, these poor people.
Stick him on the chair. Bring the trauma guy in again.
So they're all
bring
just...
the trauma guy.
Bring the trauma guy again. Okay, so basically, therapists are just masochists, then.
Well, they don't have to establish the link.
Right, but if a therapist's job is to, is to experience the the emotions of other people in order to get a gauge and all that jazz. They would have to be willing to accept the risk of a shock.
So it's the person that is receiving that gets the shock?
If they're loud. If they make loud sounds while they're receiving. That sounds weird.
Interesting. Because I was wondering why it's not the person that's sharing. If they make loud noises while they're sharing, they would. I guess it's both then, or is it only the person that would be receiving?
Whoever is making the noise is the one that.
Okay.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's not just the person on the receiving end. It's
so this also turns into a very twisted dating game.
Oh my god.
Didn't expect it to go this way, did you, RJ?
I can honestly say I did not.
The town of Fartopolis. Not smelly, very clean, deviant.
Now that is a...
Not smelly, very clean, and deviant.
I see some potentially take it or leave it, but I it's not great in my opinion.
However, you shouldn't yuck anybody else's yum.
I certainly can, but that doesn't mean that my view is the absolute view.
I mean, it kind of is, because you're the one doling out points.
I am doling out points. You're right. I am the absolute in this game. And RJ, I'm going to give you 2 points.
2 points.
Okay, you want your empathetic masochists to have more points.
Yeah. It's not masoch. I think, okay, from my perspective, right? The way I see this, I think that this would encourage people to be more mindful of other people's ears at any point in time.
Someone bring Markiplier in here. Not really. Not sponsored.
That was why I baited. I think it would be beneficial because people could benefit from being quieter.
I feel attacked. Maybe I should.
In an unexpected turn, I think we're gonna close out this game.
I don't think RJ's wrong.
I don't think that is wrong either. Quieter. People can definitely benefit from being quieter. Do y'all want to give him that? I'm asking the competitors. Do y'all want to give RJ that extra point? Okay. All right, Riley. Jay?
No.
Okay. Riley for one reason, Jay for another. RJ, it's still 2.
Forget I am the editor and I can edit this episode to be whatever I want.
RJ, it's still 27 billion points. And the winner is RJ.
I think RJ is actually the winner, though.
No. Funny enough, it broke out in a tie between all 3 of you.
What?
This tracks. I've been
job,
mentally keeping score, and this tracks.
Do y'all remember the victory screen in the original Nintendo 64 Smash Bros. When they would like stand there like clapping and it was like burp, 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 burp.
I didn't get to own a Nintendo 64.
Neither did RJ. RJ's mom locked him in the pantry.
I still don't own a Nintendo
pantry. I'm not Harry Potter. I was locked in my bedroom.
You're literally sleeping on a cot in the pantry, RJ.
RJ, do you have some empathy that you want to share with people in a quiet, non-screamy, non-shocky environment?
Yes. Everyone lean in.
I'm leaning
really
in.
Close and,
I'm leaning.
And listen while I thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for sharing.
But yeah, Fartopolis, Townsburg, and Brunchopolis all get 11 points and did successfully make it Which, honestly, I'm kind of shocked. I thought that there would be one time that it would break it, but not a single time. Y'all really thought out your stuff. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you, lovely listeners, I have a task for you before I get to these words. Go back, listen to the video again, make your city, and put it in the comments down below.
Vote for Fartopolis.
If you're a masochist.
If you enjoy being able to more efficiently communicate with others and have a nice, peaceful city to live
and not
in,
be smelly,
free of excess noise and smell.
Yep.
Actually, no, that's pretty vibey.
So, yeah, you can disregard them, make your own city with its own things, and I do check the comments, and I will grade you. We'll see if you make it or break it.
Oh, yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe next time I'll bring those cities from the comments, and the next thing can be us talking about the listeners' cities.
Oh, that would be interesting.
I think so. All right. I do have words. It's not a lot of words, but it is some.
Words.
This broadcast was brought to you by these few messages and words. I messed that up, but we're going to keep going. Round robin. Empathy. Silicon. Trauma guy. Deviant therapist. Thanks for listening.
Deviant therapist.
Deviant therapist is 2 words.
Sometimes
it was brought to you by these
words. Sometimes it's a sound.
Yep. And happy brunch to you, Ding Dong, Texas.
Happy brunch, Ding Dong.
Happy brunch,
Ding Dong
Ding
brunch.
Dong.
And to everyone, a happy Ding Dong brunch. Now go listen to our other stuff. Bye.
Hey.
Here's you.